Shalom, Israel. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BAHASHAM, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who teach and rule well at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations and peace and mercy to the prophets, the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and to the men and women of the 12 lost tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Shalom. Back with another lesson. I'll title this one, The Trouble is Coming. The trouble is coming. It's on its way. You know, people of this world and ultimately here in America, Babylon. You got these sweetheart fruit cup parades going on. You have all manner of violence going on. You have all manner of violence going on. See? You know, you have these food shortages going on. And then you look around the world too. I was just looking at the Latin America, so-called Latin America hunger crisis. You know, down there in Rio de Janeiro and Venezuela and Ecuador, or all these different places. The Latin America, the northern tribes. You know, the hunger is growing. You know, people are literally don't have nothing in their refrigerator. And this thing ain't going away. This is the beginning. And you got these farmers, they keep coming out and reporting on what's going on and warning the people, there's only a certain amount of days of a lack of supplies and food. Certain parts of the country, stores are closing and running out of supply and food. You know, this thing is going to get bad. This thing gonna get real bad. But you still have Jake out here. Jake is out here smoking weed. Jake is out here getting drunk. Jake is out here celebrating all these holidays and partying and up. Jake gonna get 2/3 of you. Jake gonna get caught out here. You gonna get caught out here. You ain't got a care in the world. I went to the store yesterday, and a young Jake, he couldn't have been no more than 18, 19 years old. He in front of the store, he asking for change. I pulled up to the store. I knew he was going to ask me because he kept looking at me. And I got out the car. He asked me, sir, you got some change? And I said, no, I don't have no change on me right now. I went inside the store. He's still out in front, bought my little thing, came back out. I went inside the car. I had a little change on the side of the door. I came and handed him. Then Issachar, right? He was parked right next to me. He called over the young dude. I got some change. He handed him like $1 and some change. And then I ended up getting inside my car and getting ready to drive off. And it looked like the young Jake emptied out the pennies. I said, I told myself, did he just empty out all the pennies out of his hand? You gotta be out of your mind. You have to be out of your young Negro mind. See? But this is what it's finna come to. Trouble is on the way. Cause you try to offer, he asked for some change, and then just gonna empty out the pennies out of his hand, you know, and just keep the silver and the dollars, you know. And like I said, I just seen that thing on that over there, and that looking at that Latin America, and people don't got nothing in their refrigerators, man. I mean, they got 3, 4 down there in Brazil, and Venezuela, and mothers got 3, 4, 5 kids. They got big families. The cannibalism is gonna be real here in America and around the world. Then on top of that, you also have the war going on with all the supplies and the lack of food, and the people they're gaining, growing to the hunger is growing, the demand of more money, and all this is growing. On the flip side of that, there's war brewing. There's World War III brewing. You know, you just had Israel, because that's where everything's going to. Even though with Russia and Ukraine and all that, Israel is the X marks the spot. That's the place where everything World War III is going to go down. In Israel, we're not talking about nowhere. Israel is the place. The valley of judgment. That's the place everybody needs to keep their eye on, because Israel is smoking hot right now. While everybody's booing and talking about Russia, that Israel is about to go down in Israel. They just had Israel, the airstrike over there in Damascus, the airport, and then on top of that, the Iran and Israel I mean, it's more hotter than ever at this point. Israel and supposedly be killed Iran's their scientists, and killed their top scientists, their head of the head of their nuclear weapon, creating those weapons over there. And Israel didn't kill the host of them. The ones who's doing the the nuclear weapon program, and Hezbollah and Hamas and them, they're waging war on the Israelis over there, those fake Jews, and pretty much Hezbollah and them is telling them, if you see those so-called Israelis, green light them, go ahead and attack them. And so Israel's government, it's a problem over there in their government too. They're telling them, you better get out of Turkey, and in that region over there, and to stay within their borders, because Hezbollah, is they're waging war against the so-called fake Jews, the Israelis. And a couple of videos ago, I just said, out there in that Persian Gulf, the Iran was kind of harassing the U.S. I think it was the Navy boat, but they had some speedboats out there in that Persian Gulf. Iran did, and the Navy boat was passing through the American Navy boat, and they were harassing and circling it, and so This thing is growing, and they're talking about Iran. If Iran gets that nuclear weapon, they're going to use it. So, this thing is inevitable, man. This thing is inevitable. Trouble is coming. It's coming. So, let me get to the scriptures. Let me go to Psalm 14 and 1, and it reads, "The fool hath said in his heart, there is no God." And Esau and you 2/3, that's basically what you're saying in your heart. There ain't no God. You're not believing all this. And the good majority of Jakes are, some of them are atheists and all into these other different religions. We're worshiping other stuff, other false gods. There ain't no God. They are corrupt. These people out here are corrupt. They're gone. They have done abominable works. You got Jake out here, eating all the abominable foods, celebrating all these abominable so-called holidays. You got Jake robbing and stealing and murdering and gang banging, selling dope, doing all type of tricks and trades, and making deals with Esau. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good, none. 2, the Lord looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and seek Yahawah. And there's none and there's only a remnant, that hopeful elect. That's the only ones that are seeking the Lord, that are trying to do thus said the Lord. That's it. Ain't nobody else trying to seek the Lord, man. Ain't nobody else calling on the name YAHAWAHSHI and Yahawah. They're not trying to seek the Lord except the hopeful elect. The hopeful elect is doing the work of the Lord daily. They're trying to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability. But the Lord said he looked down and see none that's good. But in actuality, we're all filthy in the eyes of the Lord, because a foolish thought is a sin, but it's about repentance. And the majority of Jake, they're not going to repent. They're not going to stop doing their wickedness. You see? In the other nations, they don't believe in the Lord. They don't believe in YAHAWAHSHI. So we're going to go to Matthew 24, and we'll go to 7. Matthew 24 and 7. And it reads, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places." And that's what we're seeing. There's earthquakes every single day. They've increased. The famine is growing. They have a thing out. Is the hunger is growing. The demand for food is growing. I'm even me and my family, we feeling it at this point, straight up. Trying to do the best to balance out and budget, and it's still, the Lord, and he got it to a point where it's you have to completely depend on him. Because I know for me, my back, the Lord has me nailed to the wall, period. I don't have I don't have the margin for error right now. The Lord got it to where I have to completely depend on him. Going check to check, making sure every move it counts at this point. One move away from disaster at this point. That's how the Lord got it for me. But you know what? Like he said in Psalm, I'm glad that I've been afflicted, that I know thy statutes and thy ways, because it keeps me on point. It keeps me on point. But the Lord, he he's been coming through. He's been coming through, and in these clutch times at the right time. You see. Let me hop down to it goes 8. It says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. And this is where we are. These are the beginnings of sorrows. There's some very, very tough, rough times coming. And a lot of these people ain't going to be able to deal with this time that's coming. Because like the Lord said, like YAHAWAHSHI said, he's coming like a thief in the night. You see, everybody is out here, and they living it up right now. I was looking at some of the NBA championship players. They out there drinking and getting drunk and living their best life and partying and going to restaurants. The Lord he's gonna shut all this down. You heard Joey B, your American president. He said there's going to be another pandemic, and this next one, that's it. That's it. Like the Akim, I forgot the brother's name. He makes excellent videos from the New York. Amar Bukwa. Salakia, bro. If I Akim, if I said it wrong, but he's from one of the New York camps. Like he said, this is the last summer. And then through the Spirit, that's how I feel too. This is it. This is your last go around. All that traveling and holidays and enjoying and going to the restaurant. When they shut this next one down, that's it. That's it. And the rubber's gonna meet the road. They finna tear this thing up. It says all these are the beginning of sorrows. All your little restaurants, your grocery stores. The food is going to be dwindled away. They're going to be burning. These American people are going to be burning things down. That's where it's finna go. It's going to be total anarchy in these streets. And these hate groups out here, that don't like Jake, they're ready to go. They're ready. Esau with these hate groups, that these KKKs, the neo-Nazis, the malicious groups, these Esau hate group, that don't like you Jakes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, they're ready to go. Because Jake gonna be on the run. Esau gonna get it too, but Jake gonna be on the run. A lot of you Jakes are just out here, you dressing up. All you care about is your clothes and trying to get on a female and going from club and you don't got a care in the world, man. Esau is out there, in these different country rural areas, where Jake is gonna have to try to migrate out of the city, and who gonna be sitting there lurking, rubbing their hands together? Esau. They gonna have their trucks, because Esau got trucks. They got these vans, they got the weaponry. A lot of you Jakes don't got that, man. Especially you Jakes that's in the cities. You don't got you don't got that. The sheds, the shacks, the fields. Esau has that. You're just not gonna be ready, because on top of that, ultimately, Jake, you ain't been trying to seek the Lord. The Lord's gonna, you're running right into a trap. These are the beginning of sorrows. Trouble is coming. Esau's gonna, he's not gonna, he's not gonna spare nothing. He's not gonna spare you, Jakes. You know, Esau, you got, you gonna have CJ and and Doyle and Patrick. You know, CJ, Doyle, and Patrick and KJ. You know, they loaded up with and the rest of their crew. You know, they're ready. You know, gonna take one of you young Jakes and tie you up and put you in one of these sheds or shacks and have their way with you. And Pee Wee, CJ, Pee Wee, and Doyle. Esau gonna be ready for for you Jakes. The ones that want to seek the Lord, they are gonna, in these country rural areas, when you Jake gotta run and hide and duck, they're gonna be ready for you. They're sitting right there ready, and they gonna have all, they gonna be all, you know, all hooked up with they, you know, because Esau lives out there in those areas. And they got their neighbors and their boys, they all work together and work in the fields and farm. And yeah, through. And don't let you have you know, you and your family out there, your wife, or you got a daughter and you guys are running. Esau and them are going to have their way. This is why you the Lord told you they don't seek the Lord. They're not seeking YAHAWAHSHI. None. So we're gonna go to we're gonna hop down and go to 20 Matthew 24 and 21. It says, for great, Matthew 24:21. It says, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. You see, it says 22, and expect those days to, and expect those days should be shortened. There should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened. You see, you know, the Lord would speak. If it wasn't for the Lord, there'd be no flesh saved. Because you see who's in rulership right now. Esau, the devil, is in rulership. And if it was up to them, they would blow this whole thing up. Nobody would be saved. But for the elect's sake, the Lord has left a remnant of Jake, the hopeful elect, that he's speeding up these days. That's why the days are just going by faster and faster. Here we go. We're almost into July. You got August. We're in June. We're another week. This is the last week of June, I think. Was it June 26th? I think. Quote me if I'm wrong. The last week of June, and then you have July, August, September, October, November, and then here we go into 2023. That quick. There's about 5 months left, 5 months left, and this is it. But all hell is about to break loose. The Lord said, my word will not be no more prolonged. He's not finna hold this back. That's why you keep seeing crime and violence just in the uproars of people are just, it's growing. Because he's not holding this back no more, man. Let's go to, and then on top of that too, you know, Esau got this, this AI technology that he's going to release. And that's ultimately that charagma, you know, that CHIP that he's going to unleash. You see? He's going to unleash that CHIP. And then you have these human droids, these robots, you know, these different devices. And Daniel tell you, right? Let's go to Daniel 12 and 4. Daniel 12 and 4, and it reads, Daniel 12 and 4, and it reads, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. You see, in the weaponry, um, the nuclear weapons, these different devices. Esau about to put this technology out where it's a chip. It's already here. Where you can put it in your hand, open your door, open your home, your car door, your home door, pay with your hand. This is that knowledge that shall be increased. They're flying, going in and out of space. Now they're bringing a hotel. They're trying to put a hotel out there in space, a hotel down in the sea. These different. This is knowledge increased. Well, ultimately, that CHIP, that charagma, and they're gonna have these. They got these robots coming out here, and they're gonna send this on Jake. They're gonna even upon their own people. These human droids, that dang they done dressed up and look like humans, but they're robots. Jake's not gonna be able to. When it's time of Jacob's trouble and stuff, Esau gonna release all this. He's gonna open up a whole. He gonna release his whole armor. Ain't no holding back in this time. That's why the Lord tell you in Daniel in 12:1 that Michael the archangel is gonna have to stand up for the elect, for his people, because it's gonna be that bad. You're not gonna be. It's gonna take the Lord to come back, something higher power to take this man out of rulership. It's gonna get bad, man. The cannibalism, people gonna be eating people alive. You're gonna have these human droids, these robots slaughtering people. Watch that movie, Monsters of Men. You got them robots out there. They're not, ain't no negotiating with them. They're gonna have a scanner, or however they have it. Esau set up and trained and wired them. If you don't obey, they're going to slaughter you and your family. And ain't no need trying to fight them, because you can't fight them, especially if you ain't got no weapons. And then they have weapons. You're through. But that's that knowledge that's increased. Let's go to Ezekiel. We're going to go to Ezekiel. I kind of hopped around a little bit. We're going to go to Ezekiel 4 and 16. We'll go to Ezekiel 4 and 16, and it reads, it says, moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. 17, that they may want bread and water and be astonished one with another and consume away for their iniquities. And this is the time that we're coming into. The famine is going to be serious. You're going to have these robots. The Civil War, all war, food wars. Sedition amongst men. People are going to be breaking into these homes, into these grocery stores. The trouble is just, it's going to be overwhelming to some people, man. It's going to be overwhelming to some people. They're not going to be able to deal with this. But the Lord, this is all, the Lord is sending this to those that don't want to seek him. This famine and this water is shortage. I mean, this is devastating to some people right now. I seen that over there in that Kenya and East Africa, like these people are dying of food at this point. You got the cattle out there dying. They showed the dang cow try to sit up. It can't even sit up. The bones is all poking out because it is no food, no water. It's so hot. The trouble is coming. The trouble is coming. We're gonna close out. I'm gonna go to Luke. Let's go over to Luke. Trouble is coming. The trouble is on its way. Call Allah YAHAWAHSHI. Let's go to Luke 21 and 26. Yeah, Luke 21 and 26. Actually, we'll go to 20, Luke 20. Wait, what I want to go to? Yeah, let me go to Luke 20. Salakia. Let me go to Luke 21 and 20. Look, that's right. Salakia. Luke 21 and 25. And it reads, and there shall be signs. You see? And there's so many different. The Lord told you these are the signs that you have to look out for the time that He's coming, in the time of trouble. Salakia. In a time of trouble. It says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. And that's what we're watching right now, the sea and the waves roaring. People are in confusion, they're troubled, chaos is growing. This is what's happening right now. You're seeing these UFOs, these so-called UFOs, the angels, the Elohim that are in those UFOs. They're coming closer and closer to Earth, and they're harassing Esau and the Space Force and whatever, the military, the Elohim, the angels are in those UFOs, and they're harassing Esau day in and day out. Esau don't know what to do. So Esau is nervous. He's scared, and that's why he's trying to hurry up with his agenda. But he's going to fail. He's going to fail miserably. This is it for him. 26. But the time that we're in is like no other. I'm going to close out with this. 26. Men's hearts failing them for fear. Men's heart failing them for fear, because you're going to have all this going on. You're going to have people breaking into homes because then there's the lack of food, the lack of water, the lack of supplies. You got EMP attack coming. They're going to cut this power off, man. The power is going off soon here in America. The power is going off soon here in America. And right along with that, there's diseases out there, that monkeypox, and soon we're going to be going into the fall, into the winter, with very little food. It's terrible being hot and hungry, let alone being cold and hungry. They're talking about medications, a shortage on medication. You got tampons and pads, shortage coming. That's brewing. The water, no water, not being able to take a shower, wash your clothes. I mean, this is all a recipe for disaster. This is why the Lord said, men's heart failing them for fear. Your kids are going to be, especially all these newborns that's born, that's going on. You got people that's pregnant and about to have kids, that just had kids, 4 or 5 months years old, 2, 3, 4 years old. And you know, and all this stuff going on, you got people breaking in these malicious groups, you know, taking over different areas of the city. You're not going to be able to call the police. You're not going to be able to call the police. You know, single mothers out here, man, and men's heart failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. Trouble is coming, man. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Call Allah YAHAWAHSHI. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. The Lord is about to totally burn this place down. But before he comes, this place is going to all over the world. And ultimately here in Babylon, America, it's going to be chaos. Trouble is coming. See? Men's hearts are going to be failing them because you're going to have big grown, strong, you know, big Herc, you know, and TJ, you know, you know, cousin Ron, you know, fresh out the penitentiary, you know, been doing, you know, out there scared, you know, scared because of what's going on. See? So you're going to have YAHAWAHSHI, and that's all to it. And the Lord's he's gonna make this picture perfect clear on who the elect is in this time, because they're gonna be protected. They're gonna eat. They're gonna drink. It's definitely gonna be some scarce times, definitely. But he gonna be right on time with stuff to put the spirit on them and to gather them through. And ultimately in this time too, they gonna give his elect men spiritual power, because that's coming. That's coming. That spiritual power to the elect men of Israel. So, you know, call Allah YAHAWAHSHI. Trouble is on the way. Trouble is on the way. Continue to keep praying and watching and fasting, because at any time, you know, all hell is gonna break loose. It's peace, like it says, peace and safety, and sudden destruction come. And right now, it looks good. It looks good right now. You know, the NBA playoffs happen, championship. You got football season right around the corner, and here we go. The 4th of July is coming. You know, people are completely asleep at this point. So, you know, to the Akim, keep praying, fasting, and watching. DTA, call Allah YAHAWAH YAHWAHSHI. But I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHWAHSHI, BAHASHAM, Rakah Quadash. Shalom, Israel.